Dragon Ball Super episode 95 was literally freaking amazing. Like, for one, the animation was freaking top notch, bro. Like, it was really good. There was a few little wonky art moments, but the animation, the transitions, all that looked fantastic. I loved Frieza. I loved Goku. I love the interactions there. So let's go ahead and break it down. So as always, if you are new to the channel, I've been doing these since episode 1, and I'm not stopping anytime soon. So if you want to subscribe, consider doing so. I'd appreciate it. But that being said, episode 95, it in large part is mainly an episode that is used to put over Frieza as a character and how Frieza's gotten stronger and how strong he is in comparison to a character like Goku. So, I'm going to go ahead and say that it makes sense in the sense that they went ahead and explained it a certain way, which I'll talk about in a moment. But I do feel like it's a bit of an ass pull. But I'm going to also say that literally everybody's power-ups in Dragon Ball Super has been an ass pull. I mean, at this point, you've just got to be used to it. Literally everybody. But the episode does feature Trunks, or not Trunks, god damn it. I was thinking about Trunks and I was thinking about ass pulls because he's like the best example of it. I was thinking about his sword thing. But anyways, it features Frieza, Golden Frieza specifically, and Goku fighting against the Universe 9 henchmen that were sent there by Sidra, and I think Ro is his name. So, long story short, Frieza keeps death beaming them, and Goku's like, okay, you don't have to kill any more of them. And then Frieza has a good point. He's like, well, does it really make a difference if I kill them now? When if we win, they're going to be erased anyway? And Goku has nothing to say. He just clenches his teeth at that. It's like, come on, Goku, you got to think about it that way too. I do understand that he doesn't want Frieza just killing for the heck of it. But I mean, Frieza does have a point, right? If they win, that universe will be destroyed. We don't know what will actually happen, but we're operating on the premise that that is what winds up happening. So from there, basically, Sidra equipped one of the guys that he sent there with the power of a god of destruction. So, like, not that he became a god of destruction, got that strong, but he basically had his energy, right? So, he gave him that, and he used that as like a secret weapon, a last resort weapon against Frieza. Sidra says anybody that comes in contact with this will not escaped unscathed, meaning that they're going to just basically get destroyed or massively damaged. So Frieza basically is able to push it off completely and, basically come out of that unscathed, which is something that Sidra said wouldn't happen, and that's why the guy was like, that's impossible. And it's pretty cool how he, like, kind of faked out a little bit. He threw a couple of blasts, and then it came up from the bottom. And Frieza catches it and all that stuff, and he gets engulfed in it, and he's able to compress it and control it. That was really cool seeing that. And then from there, Frieza cocks his arm back. Goku's like, oh, that power must have been like God of destruction power. It's so pure. It's got to be godly power. He's talking to them. He's completely let his guard down again. God damn it, Goku. It's like Goku doesn't learn. He literally doesn't learn. That's always been his weakness. Has always been his weakness. Has always been his weakness. And that's how he got hit by Sorbet last time in the Resurrection F arc. Same scenario, let his guard down. Frieza's literally right in front of him, cocking his arm back with this big old ball of energy in his hand. Goku still is like completely letting his guard down. It's like, you forgot who Frieza is. And the funny thing is, later in the episode, he himself says, I forgot what kind of scum Frieza is. Frieza is so damn freaking hardcore, man. He is the nastiest guy that I have ever seen in Dragon Ball. And they've said it before that, like, Frieza is the most evil and things like that. But I never really saw it that way, personally, just me, because I didn't feel like anything he did, aside from, like, torturing people with the death beams, like, which he does that in this episode, too, and he says, hey, it's been a long time since I've done this, so I'm going to enjoy this. Aside from getting enjoyment in that, and, of course, being genocidal and destroying, all the Saiyans and whatever other races he's potentially destroyed and stuff, just his character really never really seemed any more evil than any other villain we've had in the series, but in this episode, he takes it to another level. So once he gets Goku engulfed in that, and Goku seems to be unable to break out. Now, it's kind of weird because I really want to say Goku doesn't bother to transform. I don't think that he does transform, but there is a scenario where his hair is spiking up. It does have like a bluish kind of tint to it, I think. I don't think he went Super Saiyan Blue or anything like that, but because his hair could have just been flaring up because he was in there. If he went Super Saiyan Blue, that right there says that Frieza is technically a little bit stronger than Goku, which was the case initially in the Resurrection F arc, but I feel like that's kind of contradicted later on whenever they fight, which I'll talk about in a moment. So what happens after this is Frieza takes the opportunity to get a communication device, which I'm like, wow. Because if you saw the spoilers, they said Frieza was going to join Universe 4, I think? Universe 4? Or Universe 9, one of the two. They say he was actually going to join, and Frieza literally tries to join them. He says, you know what, I don't care about this universe. And they're like, whoa, don't you have something to protect? He's like, I don't know what you mean. F all that. I have nothing. And I'm like, damn. He is just cold to the bone. He has nothing to protect. He has nothing he cares about. He doesn't want to be collateral damage is literally what he says. And Frieza's taking it to a whole nother level. So from there, one thing that really catches my attention is they're like, okay, well, do we want him? Do we not want him? Do we want him? You know, Ro's like, yeah, no, he's more of a god of destruction than you are. He literally doesn't care. And I was like, yeah, Cedra's very docile and very timid. And then Cedra's like, yeah, but if he gets out of line, I'll just Hakai him. And he's like, well, I don't know if it'll be that easy. You know, it kind of makes me wonder about like somebody like Beerus, right? Like, can Beerus truly just annihilate Frieza? As powerful as Frieza is, can Beerus just easily, like, I know he can probably beat him up and it wouldn't be too big of a fight, but can he just easily defeat Frieza? Kind of like how he did with Zamasu. I feel like Frieza's light years ahead of Zamasu, and that's probably not even a stretch. I'm by no means a power scaler, but especially that version of Zamasu that Beerus Hakai'd, you know, it's just food for thought there, whether or not he could do that. So another thing that happens in here is he does try to negotiate, and then at the end of that, Beerus and Whis show up. And Beerus is like behind him, he's like, yo, were you just like plotting against us? Were you working with another universe? And Frieza's like, it remains to be seen. And then he has an inner monologue, well, you know, while all this ruckus is going on, this is an opportunity to manipulate the gods. And I'm like, damn, what the hell does Frieza have planned? Like, bro, you're only here for 24 hours. What are you going to do in 24 hours? I don't know. I think that Frieza's going to go off the rails here. He's got some plans. And in the next episode preview, we see him talking to Frost. So, looks like they may be freaking planning something. And the episode basically ends with Goku and Frieza sparring for a moment because Frieza wanted to warm up. And now I want to talk about Frieza's power-up. He's basically spent his entire time in hell concentrating on visualizing himself, kind of like image training, you know, visualizing himself killing Goku. And that did two things for him, or three things. It kept him from going crazy with all the like dancing animals and stuff in his hell or whatever. But the real things it did for him is it made him a lot stronger. It made Frieza a lot stronger. Despite being dead, it made him stronger because apparently he still had his body. And you may wonder, how is that possible? Well, Goku spent however many years in the other world and still came back stronger in the Buu Saga. So it's totally plausible despite the fact that Frieza is inside of the cocoon. He's image training. You know, that's a form of training as well. It's not a physical training, of course, but he still was able to get stronger. And secondly, he was able to build up the stamina for Golden Frieza. And I did like the way he talks about it in third person. He's like, let me show you the Golden Frieza form. And all these, it's like, man, this guy with that ego, bro. Yeah, so he was able to get stronger. He's able to sustain the form longer. And that allows him to basically combat Goku on even grounds. They go blow for blow. And, you know, at the end of that, they basically hit each other at the same time. So nobody wins because the contest was whoever lands a punch first. Nobody wins. And Goku actually goes Super Saiyan Blue because at the beginning of the fight, he was staying in base form. I was like, is he really going to try to fight him in base form? But he goes blue. They hit each other at the same time. Nobody wins. And from there, you know, we get the tournament is now complete and all that stuff. So in the next episode, we are finally about to begin, goddamn, the actual tournament. Like, no more filler. Like, it's not really filler, but no more of, like, this whole, like, preamble, this build-up. Like, no more. Can we just begin? We're about to get to that point, you know, and I'm interested, man. I mean, I'm really interested in what Frieza could be plotting, what Frieza thinks he'll be able to do, and, you know, how Frieza will show up in that tournament of power. Because if you look at it scaling-wise, we kind of thought he was up there anyway. But, I mean, you've got 4 or 5 guys that are around the same powers level, right? Like Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Frieza, and Android 17 all seem to be relatively in the same realm of power, you know? And of course, Goku didn't break out Blue Kaioken, which is a big trump card over everybody else. Frieza can go blow for blow with Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I feel like they had to do that anyway because they showed 17 being able to do it, and Gohan to a lesser extent getting there. And you know, I think most of that fight, if I recall correctly, didn't really take place with Goku and Super Saiyan Blue. He went Kaioken and then it was over. But of course, we know Vegeta's there too. So we got 4 guys in that same realm of power, and I'm just hyped, man. They did a good job. Setting ass pulls aside, I think that they've done a good job of setting up this team, right? I'm very pleased with the team and the outcome of it. I can't deny that I would have loved to see Boo, but I feel like Frieza has something other to offer, right? Other intangibles that Boo couldn't offer. Of course, Boo individually would have been great to see. Maybe they could have kept Boo a drop like Tenshin on, because he seems like he'll be the most useless one, you know. Unfortunately, that's probably the case too, you know, but it is what it is. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, punch that subscribe button, but do not break your device. And like I said, every weekend we'll have these coming out for you guys, either Saturday, Sunday, most of the time. Every now and then it comes out on a Monday if I'm really busy. But thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.